the video, you're gonna see, kind of, this looks familiar, right? This is, what the new Muslim Circle building is, and what the Imam house, and this is the new masjid right there. Very beautiful, right?
So everything is here, as you can see here, our mosque, the building 1, building 2, there's 2 buildings, right? The one building is for the main hall, main prayer hall, and the other one for the support, for the restroom, for the wudu, and so on and so forth. And then later on, we're going to connect the 2 buildings together. As you can see, that one on the back. And here, in the front, of course, this is the parking lot, and this is the existing building. As you can see here, there's another additional building. This is for the future. That is to be the guest house and the imam house. So, as you can see here, this is the big dream. This is the big dream for everybody. And this is like the view from above, as you can see. Our new building is on that back. And all of this one is just coming together. So what we call here right now is phase 1. Phase 1 is just to make the 2 buildings function as a mosque. This is the floor plan. The main hall is right here. And then this is the building 1. And the building 2 is for all the restroom, the wudu area, and the support, and so on and so forth. And this is what you're going to see. Of course, this is going to be on multiple stages. First, the skeleton, and then the building itself. And of course, after that, it's going to be the SPHE, the plumbing, and so on and so forth. And then, after that, we make it the prettier. The building make it more appealing by adding the corridor, the ornament, and so on and so forth. And this is the view from above, as you can see. There's building 1, building 2, connected with the corridor in the front, in the back, and then big parking lot in front of the building. So next is phase 2. Phase 2 is actually how we can connect building 1 and building 2. Structurally, this is the metal building. They only can do the rectangle building. They cannot do the angle building. So what we're gonna do, building 1 and building 2, we're gonna connect it with the conventional structure, but there's gonna be 2 levels. And building 2, we're gonna build floor above the restroom area, and that we function as the multi-purpose area and an additional restroom. And then on building 1, we're gonna have a mezzanine for system. So they can look down to the mihrab, and basically this is what we call it building 3. Building 1, building 2, building 3. Building 3 is basically for the entry hall on the first floor, and then on the second floor it could be another pray area for system. And of course there's a stair here, the stair there, and then the distance open to below, open to below, open to below. And this is what we're gonna look like for the phase 2 with minaret and dome. So, and this is a view from above. And of course, and as you can see, this is more rendering, what you can see on the flyer. This is the interior of the mosque, inshallah. And another rendering, as you can see there, the back view of the main hall, and we have that mezzanine. And of course, this is the wudu area, restroom, and so on and so forth. So with that, I'm going to move to Sifil. Who's going to present the Sifil? Oh, there you go.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Soraya. I will be presenting the demo with
Rafi and Sarah.
oh, I like this. So So just for us to get some grounding as to what we've covered and what scopes are left. So currently we've done site clearing, grading inlets, and the parking lot pavement. We've done grading and compaction for 4,500 yards, and drainage. We've included some extra drainage inlets for the parking lot that we have to calculate for account for the runoff. So the parking lot we've also added at the back, right next to that tied metal sheet, is around 1,800 square feet. Both costs are around $76K, $85K. Rocky's going to come over here to kind of show you how we calculated the mihrab direction.
So the mihrab direction that we have so far is 45.3. And basically the idea is how do we verify the angle that we have? So the main idea, the formula we use is the great circle bearing formula, which is it calculates the bearing of the shortest path between the mihrab here and the qibla. And after putting in the coordinates of the Istiqlal, of the mihrab, and the coordinates of the qibla, we get 45.31, which is compared to the angle verified by ISTH, 45.3, which is verified.
So regarding that direction, as you can see, we have that beautiful framing right on our left of that building. That is just the start of everything, right? So what have we done for that framing? So underneath the framing, we've done that foundation, and then we've also put some plumbing in there. That costs around $160,000. We're going to continue, developing that area. That metal sheet itself costs around $295,000. As you can see, it's this red copper one, so we're going to continue to see. I'm going to send it over to Joseph, and he's going to explain. Oh, I have one more slide. My apologies. So this civil scope, as you can see, in order to do some cost savings, we've been able to do self-perform with the help of a lot of our internal engineers within the masjid. My dad, Omheri, and a lot of the other engineers have helped with project management regarding the construction of the masjid. We were able to do some of these in-house. As you can see, if we were going to do it outside, it would have cost us $943,000. But with our help with doing self-perform, internal project management for construction, we were able to save 40%. So now, I'm going to pass it over to start our fundraising goals with installation with Joseph.
Assalamualaikum everyone. So my name is Joseph. I'm going to do installation real quick for everyone. So just briefly, I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about the installation type we're using, the company we chose, why we chose it, what we're saving on, what it's going to help you guys with. So we chose the company Phone Me to Phone. We actually analyzed 33 different companies, so we did quite a bit of work for this. As you can see, the fundraising goal for this is $36K. This is not the most expensive, it's not the cheapest, it's kind of right in the middle, which is kind of the cool part because they were actually one of the best companies that we analyzed. They had the best communication, that's kind of the cherry on top. The base of everything was their quality of service, their quality control, they have state certified labor, you name it, they had everything. And then right in the middle was they had the best scope of work, so what were they willing to commit to do? They kind of have a customer first mindset, so that was really important for us. So next we're going to go over really what is it going to do for the masjid, what is it going to do for you guys. This is what really matters, right? So we have 3 different categories. The reason we chose spray foam is kind of why it benefits you as well. Spray foam is one of the best insulation types regarding durability, efficiency, and there's actually going to be no additional cost to do any type of thermal barrier, vapor barrier. How it benefits you guys. So inside the masjid, everything's going to be comfortable during the summer heats, during the little 2-week freeze that we have. It's still going to be comfortable as well. It has a lifespan of 60 to 80 years, so it's a little different than the typical fiberglass, which lasts about 20 years. So overall, the important thing is you guys are getting a really good quality spray foam. It's going to last. It's not going to put a strain on the HVAC system. so the heating and cooling system. And another little bonus, the sisters are going to be able to hear because it's soundproof, and you'll be able to hear all the way in the back as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I mentioned, the fundraising goal is $36,000. So please, if you guys can donate, that's the next phase for us. We're going to be raising money for that specifically. And yeah, the main points again, we're getting a good spray foam. We analyzed 33 different companies. And again, if you guys can help us with the 36,000, we'd really appreciate it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to talk to me afterward. I think Dida will be next. Yeah, Dida's next with interior and framing.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dita. I will be presenting on the interiors. So there's two phases of interior work. The first phase is the wooden framing, and I have a few examples here to show you why it's important is that all your AC units, the plumbing and electrical really rely on the wooden framing to support their weight. And also any TVs or screens that you'll have mounted up on the wall really need the wooden framings. The second phase of the interior work is, I think my favorite, it's putting up the walls, ceiling, flooring, and doing the painting, but really what I wanted to highlight, it's really, a lot of the decoration will be in this phase of interior work. And I don't think I have to explain too hard why it's important. We all want a nice place to get to that will last a long time. And something I want to highlight too is the more funds you can raise, the better the finishings will be. So I have an example here for you. So for this example, I'll just take the wudu area. So these are the three different designs that we're looking at currently. The left design has this beautiful tile mosaic. The other two designs obviously meet the needs of our community and they will function properly, but for me personally, I love this design. So in terms of costs, the first phase will be around 18K and the second phase will be around 131. And just to note, this 131 will be the bare minimum, kind of like what you saw in the middle picture before. It will still meet the needs of the community, but it may just be like kind of the bare minimum we need. But in total, that will be 150,000. But I will pass it on to Rayhan to present on electrical.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rayhan. I will be presenting the electrical section of this project. I'm not too good at presenting up front, so bear with me if I'm reading off a script. I just made like 2 hours ago. But anyways, as you know, electricity plays a big role in every building, from a house to even skyscraper, and of course this masjid project is no different. Everything from HVAC, fans, audio systems, and even fire alarms need electricity to work properly. So obviously it's very crucial that we make sure that electricity is properly allocated throughout the property of the masjid. I'll just be covering the mains electrical that is coming into the property and the lighting systems on the premises. Firstly, we have the utility system. This is our current system. We previously had plans to upgrade the utility to a 3-phase system, which would have given us basically more electricity to work with, and what we thought would be more like leeway in providing electricity for both the new and existing buildings, like other commercial or other big public buildings. But as it turns out, with some consideration and calculation, the current 1-phase system that we have right now is able to suffice in distributing power for the new building. As even now we're only using probably about 15, not even 20% of the incoming utility. And if we were to upgrade, that would have required another permit, all that caused the project to be delayed even further than what is anticipated. So really advantages is the lower cost, no delay. Part of the previous justification as well, when we were doing renovations here and there, we had disconnects that were individually routed directly to each area, as you can see in the previous usage, which only leaves us not much room to play with, as you can see our only source would have been from this disconnect port. But we were able to calculate the electrical needs from the electrical panels on the property, modified the utilities so that all the pumps, port complex, and the extension room all comes into one main panel inside this building, which we actually just have done. That gives us 4 available disconnects, each of 200 amps of 240 volts, giving us ample amounts of electricity to power the new building. As far as the parking lot lighting goes, for the new parking space, you can tell has been recently completed as well. This added 14 bright lights to the property. Also have some plugs scattered around to plug in things like pressure washers or other things. And some other useful features in this ad costing us about 17.5 thousand. So in this rundown, the modification of existing utility wiring, which we went through, as well as the rear parking lot lighting. Now we're drawing the MEP engineering plan to account for the one-phase system we have, and includes the electrical distribution in the new building, such as where all the plugs and lights go, which is currently in progress. These are the things we'll be waiting for funding for. So we plan to just need to use 3 of the available disconnects. Pulling 3 of those services to the new buildings will cost about 15 to 20,000. For the electrical in the new building, counting for all the wires, breaker panels, and whatnot, this will cost about 80 to 1,000. And then last but not least, the lights for the new masjid, hopefully setting us about 30 or 40,000. And everything is estimated to be about 170 to 200,000. And so the additional funding we would need for this electrical part of the project will be about $16,000. So a good part of the lighting system is that we have been seeing lighting throughout the building, hopefully to light everything up, but we want to incorporate nice chandeliers or pendants that will complement the design of the building of the masjid, such as these examples right here. We haven't decided on what, so these are just some examples, as well as the locations they will be put in. And outdoor wall lighting we plan to use as well, making the outside of the masjid look nice per the design. Also scattered around the building, and also walkway lighting. These will be placed around walkways, like this example, and plan to have them in these locations, like in between the 2 buildings. But yeah. That's it for me, inshallah. I'll pass this next section, HVAC, to Brother Jesse. Sister Jessie, sorry.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Jessie Edwards. I am from the HVAC team, supporting on the Heading City. So for those of you who are not familiar, HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. So it basically controls the air temperature, air quality, and humidity. So as has been mentioned before, we have 2 buildings, the main building and the second building. So we will need HVAC systems for both buildings. So these are renderings of the HVAC design from our consultant. And based on their cool loading calculations, we are required to have 4 AC units in the main building with 7.5 tons of cooling capacity each. And also 2 AC units in the second building with 5 tons of cooling capacity each. So with a total of 40 tons of cooling capacity, we should be cool all year long in Houston when we need it. So after receiving some quotes from contractors, this is the one that we have settled on. It's Playta's AC heating and refrigeration. So what they'll provide is the AC system equipment as well as all the labor for installation and the operation of our HVAC system. So what we need from you guys to help us out is about $149,500 for this HVAC system. So please help donate to this to make sure that we stay cool in the Houston summers whenever we have Eid and Ramadan coming during the summer. So we'll definitely need that. So that's it for me. I'll hand it off to Alvin for fire protection.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Howdy, my name is Alvin Ivaldo. I've had the opportunity to support E1, Area 1 right there with fire protection. And I'll be explaining to you guys what we've been working on. So what is fire protection? Fire protection is a system of preventing fires from ever starting and keeping the safety of us people. So that requires fire hydrants right here, your fire sprinklers when it detects fires, or if there's any bit of smoke, and that's at a lower temperature of like a fire. And in order to provide the water for the fire sprinklers, we have to have this fire line right over here. So I'm kind of just walking around, and I'm really bad with the microphone. But this pretty much sums up what fire protection is. And we've had the opportunity to select the contractor, Fire Sprinkler Texas LLC, and with that contractor, they are to provide all the materials, the equipment, inspections, and perform all labor for installation for the fire line, the fire sprinkler, and the fire alarm system. And why we need the fire protection is to provide peace of mind. So recently, Beltway 8 and Bel Air, there was a building that caught on fire. Now, alhamdulillah, no one was injured, but it could have been more catastrophic if there was no fire protection system. So I wanted to provide you guys a peace of mind that if we have this system, we could prevent a tragedy from happening. Thank you so much. And the fundraising goal is $178,017. And if you guys have any questions, I'm available after this presentation the entire way. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Hi guys, I'm back. Now to present my part. So, my name is Muhammad Rahadi, as some of you here know me as Dafi. I've had the honor to help out in the plumbing team with Omposi. I don't see him, but yeah, anyways. Oh, he's right there. Yeah, at the very end, so. Okay, anyways. I'll be talking about the plumbing. As you may know, plumbing is very important in a masjid. It's, water coming in to the wudu area, and everyone needs to wudu in the masjid. And also, with that, it's the water coming out. So we basically talked to a bunch of contractors to discuss the piping plans, such as how the water will come in from the city, and also go into the second building, which is our main scope of work, and how the water is coming out. So I'm going to show you a couple of the drawings, just to show the piping plan. Just a kind of a quick overview. Okay. So this is the underground piping. As you can see here, there's the water, domestic water line coming into building 2. and then we have the sanitation sewage line coming out of building 2. I'll say it's not the most complicated thing, but it is very important. So it does require us to trench and then lay down the pipe over there, and the estimated cost for this work is around $30,000. So next, with underground piping, we need the actual piping above ground into building 2. So I will show you the above ground piping plan for the domestic service. As you can see, the water coming in will go all around the area for the toilets, for the sink, for the wudu area, and then also what comes in has to come out. So I also provided the drawings for the sanitary service, which goes towards the drains and towards the water coming out. And the combined cost for all this piping is approximately $40,000. And with that, my scope of work also includes the fixtures, which is the actual toilets, the sinks, and all that, with the labor costs. And I provided a little spreadsheet here that itemized description and all that shows, like I said before. It also includes the recirculating pump, all the pumps, the backflow preventer, all the stuff that is required in the piping, which approximately will cost around $20,000. Well, $19,343, but I rounded up, so. Okay, so as kind of a recap, the fundraising goal for the plumbing is around $100,000. Like I said, $30,000 for the underground, $40,000 for the above ground piping, $20,000 for the fixtures, and I also added a contingency because I know in these types of projects that we will run into some issues and we need the extra money, and it's good to have a buffer. And so yeah, thank you so much for listening to the plumbing presentation. I will take it over to Faiz for the audiovisual systems.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faiz Rahman. I'm on the electrical team for On Duty. Specifically, I work with low voltage electrical. So that's anything that plugs into the wall, basically. I'm responsible for a lot of things, but tonight I'm going to talk to you all about digital signage and our audiovisual system. So let's start with digital signage. These are the 2 TVs that you see around. We show different kinds of information, like our community slideshow and our prayer times and other important announcements. We're going to do the same thing for the new buildings. So here's our main prayer hall. I'm proposing 3 TVs, 1 for the sister side and 2 for the brothers to work around the potential sister side barrier, at least until we get building 3 done. And then for building 2, sort of our Woo area, I'm proposing 2 of those TVs. This will be the community announcements. The main thing here is the audio-visual system. We have several goals, one of which is to pipe in any sort of input from outside the masjid. For example, if we have overflow like we do right now. So there's 3 potential spots to have a projector and screen combination. I think we should build 2 of them at least. 1 facing the direction of the Qibla and 1 on the sides. And there's a lot of work involved with that, projecting the screen, the input panels. And of course the wiring and the audio system too. 4 speakers, ceiling wall mounted. The main thing here is that we all have this centralized nervous control system where all inputs and outputs can go. So the idea is that we can take any input and route it to any of the available outputs, our projectors, our TVs. Also, same thing with the second building, to pipe the audio in, so if you're making a move, you hear the adhan or extended hurry. So our goal is, for this, $50,000. And I know some of you may be thinking, Brother Faiz, I went onto Amazon. I know you can get a projector for $300. Let's just, $5,000, round it out, easy. You don't want to do that. You pay for quality, you get what you pay for. If we're going to pay for a projector, we don't want one that's blurry. If we're going to pay for an audio system, we want one that you can actually hear. So, it's an investment now, but inshallah, it'll pay out in the future. And with your generous help and support, I hope we can make it. Inshallah. Alright, that's it for me. Thank you all. And I think there's a video.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we did all this talking, and sorry it's. Oh, sorry. What happened? Oh, anyways, okay. Sorry for all the talking. I know it might be a long presentation, but we want to show you the best part, which is the actual video. Oh wait, it's not there. Give me a second. Alright guys, so this is the video. You're gonna see, kind of, this looks familiar, right? This is, what the new Muslim Circle building is, and with the Imam house, and this is the new masjid right there. Very beautiful, right? I love the water fountain. That's, oh my god, that's amazing. So, anyways, I would like to, point out that with the fundraiser money, it all goes towards this, a home for us to pray. And also, I know every time during Eid, everyone is just outside in the heat, blistering heat. So hopefully, this will be a solution for that. Everyone can, pray and enjoy the comfort of AC and just a beautiful building. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for sitting here. I'm going to take it over to Audi on the donation details and exactly. Okay, here, Audi, so take it over for the donation.
Takbir. Takbir.